Jai Jagannath. Good morning, everybody. Today, let us read another English grammar class, that is Subject-Verb Agreement, class 10, English Grammar, Board of Secondary Education, Odisha. We know in each and every sentence, the verbs must agree with the subject. That is called Subject-Verb Agreement or agreement of the verbs, or we can say Concord. In English sentences, verbs usually agree with the subjects. Let us examine the following sentences. Birds fly, the news is true, you are a player. I am good at mathematics. You see, birds is the subject, is plural in form, so fly, it takes fly verb, plural verb. The news is true. The news here ends with yes, but it is singular. So it carries a singular verb is. And this is like this. In an English sentence, verb must agree with its subject in number and person. Its form depends on whether the subject is singular or plural in number. It also depends whether the subject is the first, second, or third person. Keeping the subject-verb agreement in view, we choose the correct verb form after the subject. Note that the agreement between the subject and verb in the following sentences. For example, he has a new car. We used here has. Why? Because your subject is he, third person singular number. She does the homework regularly. And does is used only because your subject is he, she, the third person singular number. And the boys do the homework properly. You know, the boys is the plural verb and is the third person plural number. So verb is also in plural too. So let us, you see the table. Subject, verb, present, verb past, part of the other predicate, other part of the predicate. When we use, if the subject is I, in present we use I am in the class. If the subject is I, and in the past we use was, I was in the class. And if the subject is we, you, they, the students, and here verb is are, present and plural is were in the class. If the subject is he, she, it, Gopal like, the cow, it is she third person singular number. So in present it is is, and in past it was. The cow eats grass. The cow ate grass. In present, is in the verb. It ends with s because here the subject is third person singular number. And cows, goats, sheep eat grass, red grass. So we came to know that when the subject of a sentence changes in number or person, the verb changes too. We call it agreement of a verb or concord. When two units combined by which let us discuss some examples and their uses and the situations of subject-verb agreement. First of all, when two units combined by and a plural verb is used. For example, Raj and Raju are best friends. Your Raj is third person singular and Raju is third person singular. But when they are joined, Raj and Raju, they are two and they are plural, are best friends. They carry the plural verb are. The farmer and his wife are working in their fields. Another situation is uncountable nouns take singular verb. Iron is a heavy metal. Water is scarce because it is uncountable, so it carries singular verb. The furniture needs to be repaired. The furniture seems to be plural, but it is singular. The entire furniture, the whole furniture in the classroom, is also singular. The furniture needs to be repaired. Is clothing is necessary. The news is true. No information is available. Stationery is sold in this shop. Politics is a dirty game. And another example you see, politics, it begins with S, but it is singular and carries singular verb, that is his. But what are his politics? But here politics means political views, so it is plural. So it carries a plural verb, R. And mathematics is my favorite subject. The mathematics here is a subject. So it is singular. It carries singular verb is. But my mathematics are correct means here mathematics means sums, calculations like this. So here it is plural. The following nouns ending with s and other nouns are uncountable nouns. They take singular verbs. For example, statistics, mathematics, physics, economics, news, measles, mumps, advice, information, jewelry, scenery, etc. Let us discuss another situation. Number 3. Other nouns such as innings, barracks, headquarters generally take a singular verb. They look like plural, but they are singular. The first innings of India is over with 400 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. And you see, take the comparison. A new barracks or headquarters is going to be constructed here. That means barracks or headquarters is taken as a whole. So it carries singular verb is. But when it is differently, these barracks or headquarters means quarters, are made for OSCP, Odisha State Armed Police. That means here barracks is completely different. So we take a singular with if it denotes the subject, it denotes a whole as singular. If the quarters or barracks separately, we use plural. Then another situation is verbs used after an introductory there have to agree with the noun, the real subject coming after them. That means there is or was a book on the table. There are or were 5 books on the table. Here, there first is the introductory subject or dummy subject we say. So there is a book on the table, but here the verb is or was and makes the agreement with the real subject. What is the real subject? A book. So in the second sentence, there are 5 books on the table. Here are 5 books, the real subject. So the verb agrees with the real subject. Then let us discuss the fifth situation. When it is used as introductory subject to make a statement about time, distance, or weather, the verb is always singular. It is raining now. It is 10:30. It is 2 miles to Puri. It is easy to learn English. Here, the introductory subject is it, and the verb used for this is always in singular. And another situation when a plural number applies to distance, time, weight, or amount of money and represents a single figure or quantity, it is treated as singular and it takes a singular form. 100 rupees is not a big amount nowadays. Here 100 rupees is plural, but it is taken as a single figure, single quantity. So it is singular and it carries the singular verb. 60 years is a long time. 60 years the plural, but it is taken as a single quantity. So it carries singular verb is 10 kilometers is not a long distance now. So when these are used or represent a single figure or quantity, it is treated as a singular and takes a singular verb. In the seventh situation, let us discuss if 2 nouns joined by and are regarded as a single object or notion, the verb is singular. Bread and butter is wholesome food. Bread and butter, though two nouns are joined by and, but it carries one idea. It shows one idea, one notion. So we can say that it is singular and carries singular verb. The horse and carriage is ready now. Rice and curry is his only food. Truth and honesty is his best policy. Though they are plural, but they do have single idea. So two nouns joined by and are regarded as a single object or notion or one idea, then singular verb is used. Then let us discuss another situation. Let us come to know about the eighth situation. In other cases, two singular or plural subjects joined by and make the total subject plural, which takes a plural verb. You and I, for example, you and I are asked to stay back. Father and mother were happy to see me. Father singular, mother singular, but two singular nouns are joined by and, coordinating conjunction and. So father and mother plural and carry is a plural verb were. So father and mother were happy to see me. Two boys and two girls have written the essay. Another situation follows. A collective noun may take the verb in singular if the speaker thinks of the thing as a singular whole. If individual members of the collective noun are considered, the collective noun can take a plural verb. Dear students, please take it very important, and we should keep in mind the jury were divided in their opinion. Here jury means the members of the jury were divided in their opinion. So when the jury, the collective noun refers to the members of the members of the committee, the jury. So it is a plural, and the jury, the subject here carries the plural verb were. The jury has given its judgment means the jury here means a single body as a whole. Jury has given its judgment. So singular verb is used. India are 328 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Here India means the team. And India is 110 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. India team as a whole. So when we should keep in mind a collective noun may take the verb in the singular if the speaker thinks of the thing as a singular whole. If individual members of the collective noun are considered, the collective noun can take a plural verb. So let us discuss the collective nouns. So the collective nouns like family, government, team, party, group, mob, etc., which denote the individuals take a singular verb, and if the group taken as a whole goes with a singular verb. We should keep in mind. Another situation, let us discuss as some nouns like police, poultry, cattle, people, clergy usually take plural verbs. They are always plural. The people have decided not to pay taxes to the government. The police have arrested the thief. The cattle are grazing in the field. They are always plural. So they always take or carry plural verbs. Then let us discuss another situation. But when these phrases begins with a flock of, a crowd of, a congregation of, a group of, a horde of, a regiment of, etc., usually take singular verb in spite of the fact that the noun after of is plural. A crowd of people was shouting. Some people were shouting. Here people is a plural, so the people were shouting. But a crowd of people was shouting. Why? Because people is the plural noun is used or beginning with a crowd of. A herd of elephants was seen in the forest. If a herd of is not there, then elephants were seen in the forest. So a herd of elephants was seen in the forest. So we should not be confused. It is important to know that most of the time in the examination, this type of questions usually comes. A herd of elephants dash in the forest. Answer may be is or are. You should say it is. A herd of elephants is seen in the forest. Let us discuss the another situation. If a clause separates the subjects from the verb, it is necessary to remember the actual subject word and to make the verb agree with it. All the books which are on the table is mine. All the books which are on the table is mine. The pen which is a red one is not writing. Here is used for what? The pen, the actual subject. So let us discuss another situation. 13 number. If a subject begins with either of, neither of, or none of, followed by a plural noun or pronoun, the verb is usually singular. None of them is poor. Here them is plural. But here verb is why? Because of the use of none of. None of them is plural. Either of the two boys is a good cricketer. Though two boys is there, the use of two boys is there, plural nouns is there. Hence, singular verb is used because of the use of either of. Either of the two students is a good cricketer. Neither of them has come. Another situations, each of, one of, etc. also take singular verbs always. Each of them is given prize. One of the boys is able to answer. 1 in 10 takes drugs. You see something different. One of the boys is able to answer. That means it is the subject here is one, and it carries singular is. But the next sentence, 1 in 10 may take drugs means 1 in 10 means it does not mean that one is only one. It may come one after another. Suppose 10 to 100 is there, so it may be 10. So a plural noun is there. No one likes him. Here no one is the singular one. So verb here is singular. No one except his friends like him. So it takes plural. Why? Because no one except his friends is here plural. So let us discuss another situations. If no or some is followed by a singular noun, it takes a singular verb. If it is followed by a plural verb, plural noun, it takes a plural verb. No child has done his homework. No children have done their homework. No is used, but here verb is has. Why? Because of child. No child has done his homework. Here no children have done their homework. Here have verb is there because of the children. Some water is left in the glass, some people know the verb. So, if no or some is followed by a singular noun, it takes a singular verb. If it is followed by a plural verb, it takes a plural verb. Then let us discuss another important thing. When and connects two titles or designations of the same person, the verb is singular. If the persons refer to a different, the verb is plural. For example, the Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha has given his consent to the bill. Here one person is there, and the one person is, suppose the Vice President of India is now Venkaiah Naidu, and he is also the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So same person and the different or two designations. So when and connects to designations of the same person. It is there the subject is singular and carries a singular verb. The Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha has given his consent to the bill. Here, two designations for the same person. The Vice President and the Chancellor of the University were guests in the meeting. Here, the Vice President one and the Chancellor of the University another one. Here, two persons are there. The two persons talk to are two separate individuals. So here subject is plural and carry the plural verb where the Vice President and the Chancellor of the University were guests in the meeting. So let us discuss if there is a fraction. If the subject begins with a fraction, the verb agrees with the noun that follows the fraction. 2/3 of acid is evaporated. 2/3 of apples are rotten. Here acid is there, singular, is used. For apples, are is used. So when 2/3 are used in both the sentences, if the subject begins with a fraction, that does not matter. But the verb agrees with the noun that follows the fraction. So another situation is there. Let us discuss next. 8. If the subject begins with a great deal of, a good deal of, a lot of, plenty of, most of, some of, etc., the verb agrees with the noun that follows such phrases. A lot of wood is burnt. So verb is singular, is used for wood, not for a lot of. A lot of trees are cut down at present. Verb here is are, used for trees. Some of the music was excellent. Was is here used for the subject. Music which is uncountable. So verb is singular. And some of my friends are not faithful. And here verb are is used for my friends, which is plural, not for some. So some of the music was excellent. Some of my friends are not faithful. So when the subject begins with a great deal, a good deal of, a lot of, plenty of, most of, some of, the verb agrees with the noun that follows such phrases. Then another one you should keep in mind that each and every always takes singular verbs. For example, every seat has a number. Each dog has a day. So each and every always take singular verbs. Another comparison you should take simple situation. A number of followed by a plural noun takes a plural verb. But the number of in a similar situation takes a singular verb as the real subject is the number here. For example, a number of children are suffering from cold. Here, are verb is a plural verb. Agrees with children, which is plural. But the number of corona patients is increasing. Here, verb is it is, and the agreement of verb is with the number. Here, the real subject is the number. So a number of children are suffering from cold, but the number of corona patients is increasing. What is increasing? The number is increasing. Who are suffering? The children are suffering. So a number of followed by a plural verb takes a plural verb, but the number of in a similar situation takes a singular verb as the real subject is the number. Then let us discuss if the subject of a sentence is a clause, the verb is always singular. What he says is true. What is the subject? What he says. So it carries singular verb. That she is alive is good news. What is the subject? That she is alive. And it is a clause. So here verb is singular is. If the subject of a sentence is a clause, the verb is always singular. Then let us discuss another one. If two words are linked with the help of connectives with as well as, in addition to, together with, etc., the verb agrees with the past verb. The mother with her 5 children has come. Here the agreement is of the verb has is with the mother. The past of the past noun. Agrees with the past noun. The mother has come. Ravi as well as his friends is responsible for the loss. So here Ravi is the past noun in the subject and the verb, the agreement of the verb is with Ravi. So Ravi as well as his friends is responsible for the loss. Another situation we can discuss when the words in the subjects are connected by not only but also neither nor, either or, etc., and they differ in number and person. The verb agrees with the nearest subject. They are correlatives or they are balanced structures in English grammar, and let us discuss. So take some examples. Examine it. For example, either you or he is cheated. Here, what is the verb here? Is the finite verb. And it agrees with he. And nearest is noun. And not only the boy but also his friends are equally responsible for the failure. So here his friends is used or is and the nearest subject of the verb. So verb are agrees with the nearest subject his friends. The farmer or his sons have to cut the crop. Here, which is the nearest subject of the verb have? His sons. So, his sons have to cut the crop. The farmer or his sons have to cut the crop. So, in these situations, not only but also either or, neither nor, and or always the verb agrees with the nearest subject. So let us discuss another situation. Some nouns made up of two similar pairs parts in a pair like scissors, trousers, spectacles. They take plural verbs. The trousers, they always go in pair. The jeans, spectacles, scissors like, here are my glasses. Here glasses always go in pair. So always plural. The scissors are blonde. My trousers have been cleaned. When you use a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes, etc., they take singular. A pair of trousers, a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes, like this singular. For example, a pair of shoes was laying in the corner. Was why? Because of the use of a pair of. And when an adjective is used as a noun representing a class, it takes a plural verb. The rich and be the poor. The rich here, the rich class, rich people is plural always. So the verb is here plural. The English are brave people. The English here means the English people. It represents the whole class. English adjective is used as a noun and represent the whole class. The English people are very brave. The English are very brave. The sick are to be taken care of. When the plural noun is a proper name for single object or for some collective unit, it requires a singular verb. Suppose the United States is a powerful country. The United Kingdom is in Europe. Gulliver's Travels is an interesting story. These nouns ends with S, but they are singular. The plural noun is a proper noun name. Here it is a proper states plural, but it is a proper noun. United Kingdom, the United States are the proper name. So when the plural noun is a proper name for a single object, for some collective unit, it requires a singular verb. Then let us discuss The another one, the verb in a relative clause is singular or plural depending on the number and person of the antecedent of the relative pronoun. It is you who have wronged me. Here, what is the verb? Have. It agrees with you because you is the antecedent here of the relative clause. It is you who have wronged me, the relative clause, who is the relative pronoun, use the antecedent. So, have verb agrees with the antecedent of the relative pronoun. So it is he who has broken the chair. Here, verb has agrees with the antecedent of the relative pronoun he. So, thank you everybody, my students, and I think you have enjoyed the class. I hope you should learn it mindfully and do the exercises, and let us discuss in the later other question answers. Thank you everybody. If you like it, please subscribe in my YouTube channel. Thank you.